Good morning, my divine feminine, my divine masculine. Please welcome to the Sunday reading. Happy Sunday for you guys. Okay, and we are going to check on the collective divine masculine energy of all zodiac sign. Uh, Usually, like I said, I don't want to take the time frame, but just for this reading, I thought it will be a little bit more specific if I can just take about the next 10 days of this month, which is around the 16th and the 17th of March till the 16th and the 17th of March of 2021. Okay, guys. So, first things first, um, what I'm getting out of these cards in here for the collective divine masculine in this twin flame is this person is definitely going through a period of metamorphosis, change, transformation, whatever that you want to say it is. But at the same time, there is something more in his life, right? That is occurring or will occur or is about to occur. Now, like I said, everybody is in different timelines. So for some people, this process is coming into effect. For some, it is already there. For some, it is going to happen, right? So take as it resonates with you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, uh, the first thing is the quantum oracle. I have clarified that with the fortune, and then I've clarified that with the intuitive oracle because the thing is, I wanted to understand a little bit more with these energies that is kind of sitting here, right? So as much of clarity as we can get, the better it is for the reading and even for the viewers, right? Now, the first card out here is people are professional assistants, right? This is clearly talking about a situation where it appears to me that the divine masculine is asking for some kind of help, professional help. Now, this professional help could be from a doctor, from a psychiatrist, from a psychoanalyst, or it also could be law, legal, anything, right? But some kind of a professional advice is what is showing up in here in this card, where he is in contact with somebody who is professionally dealing with his situation in here. Like I said, with regards to either law or his health or his emotions or anything of that kind, because this is clarified with bad health. So it's clearly talking about him not feeling all that great, right? Which could be his mental issues, could be physical, right? And everything is related with something that has created a very bad health kind of a situation in his life, which is where he is now looking for professional help and advice to bring him out of that situation, is what I'm getting, right? Now, like I said, this bad health could be with regards to his stability, his money, right? Finances, his emotions, anything that has been terribly affected with a situation in his life that today he's coming to the point of understanding that by himself, um, he cannot really do everything. He needs professional help, he needs a professional advice to bring him out of that situation and bring back, peace and harmony in his life. So there is some kind of an effective communication with somebody here, a very helpful and effective communication that is happening, okay, where he is in collaboration with regards to bringing back his peace, harmony, joy, everything back in his life. So, what I'm getting out of these three cards in here is he's definitely understood that, whatever that situation has been that affected his health, his stability, finances, anything that he had, been suffering with, right? He has been suffering. There has been a lot of pain. There has been a lot of suffering in his life where somebody, or, you know, is coming into his life or is already there, who is effectively helping this man in some way to get over this situation, right? Okay, so this is the first part of the story here. All right. The second part of the story here, guys, is clearly talking about intention, right? So, this is the intention of this man here, playing it safe, right? Right now, he's kind of thinking about it, right? He's working because, see, at the same time, he's working with his health too, or his story, that wherever he needs that kind of that situation to move, right? So at the same time, he is taking his time, he's thinking about it, how to effectively do the things in the right way, but he's playing it safe. He's not rocking the boat. You know what I mean? Just rocking the boat right away. His Maybe this advice, right? What I'm also getting is it also could be that the person, whoever it is, he is connecting with, who is helping him, that kind of advice and that kind of communication is something he is also processing. Because, see, anything that in life that you do, you need time to process the information. Like, people can come and give you advices, people can tell you what you have to do, people can give you options, choices, decisions, right? That, oh, you need to do this, you need to take that, you need to push that. But at the same time, it is also up to you to process the whole information here, right? Whatever he is receiving, and looking into the situation which is clarified with the courthouse. So this clearly tells me, guys, that there has been a lot of learning lessons in his life. He has learned, right? Because card number 5. And he knows that somewhere there has been injustice. He hasn't received his dues. That could be emotional, money, anything, right? There has been a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, like I said. So somebody could be telling him, that this is now what you need to do. That could be the professional help that he's processing, with regards to bringing back the right justice in his life. So he's working on that, right? He's getting the documents in place. He's doing some kind of paperwork, maybe for some people too. But he is kind of slowly getting into that aspect of his knowing that, yes, it is time for him to take action on this situation which he has been processing, which is clarified with 2 cards, King of Air, again, the Libra cardinal sign, or it's like the King of Sword energy, which is talking about justice here. Look, right? So something which he desires, harmony that he desires, but being very diplomatic about the whole situation, because, like I said, he has to work with a certain thing, with a certain situation that he requires a lot of diplomacy here, right? Lot of diplomacy with regards to bringing back something in his life in the right way, that he's processing the information at this point, which is clarified with another card, a raccoon, or the problem solver, because there is a lot of problem still. So he has to be very clever, he has to be very creative, or he is in touch with somebody who could be that person to resolve that problem or be the problem solver. Could be somebody in his life who is giving him the advice, right? who could by himself or herself be the entrepreneur, but is very resourceful, very clever, right? Will ask questions. This could be the professional part of the story, professional assistance too, which is where he's kind of processing the information, is what I'm getting, that he's receiving or asking questions with regards to now doing something in a very legal way. Do you follow what I'm saying? Something that involves a legality here. Because there has been a lot of learning lesson in his life where others have caused him a lot of pain, trouble, have given him a lot of hard time, right? So that is the situation he now wants to go away and walk away from. But at the same time, he knows that he has to receive all the information rightfully. He has to be very diplomatic in his dealings with people, be very practical, logical. Part of the story is coming up in here, right? Being very creative. And it looks to me that he's in touch with somebody, guys, in his life who is kind of being a problem solver, or he by himself is getting the information, which is where he's asking questions. Like I said, he could be asking questions. He's being creative, he's being adaptive, to a lot of things. He's also curious to understand more from this kind of a situation with professional advice with regards to what he should be doing now. But he's at the same time, he's processing all the information in himself. The last card out, guys, is calling for cycle of transformation. See, this is basically a metamorphosis here, right? So it's a transition. This phase is on. The cycle is on. So this cycle has to be completed, has to be more refined before he can move towards the next part. But this cycle of change, of transformation, call it transition, death or rebirth, call it anything, right? This portion is already on in his life. That is clarified with the card 11, sudden wealth. So this is completely talking about a cycle of change with regards to his finances here, is what more so I'm getting. This is where the story is, because he knows, okay, that there has to be some very lawful judication in his case legally, right? For his wealth to come back to him, because there could be a fight over money in his life, is also more so I'm getting out of these cards. So it's looking into card number 11 is the card of, bringing back health, wealth, everything back in his life. That is clarified by the card of albatross, which is talking about a good sign or omen from difficult situations, emotional burdens, baggages, where he was feeling very cursed and guilt and ashamed of his story, and clarified by the grasshopper, where he will take that leap of faith towards his prosperity and will move on without any worries. Like it's the card, where he has learned his lessons, has understood his situation, but the cycle of transformation is on, right? That's why this card is showing up in here. And that is the reason why he's doing what he's doing, is also what I'm getting, because now he feels that need to get out of feeling very heavy, burdened, shameful, cursed, whatever, regrets, right? It's that Nine of Swords kind of an energy that he had been carrying, where he wants to leave that behind and move forward without worry, without any kind of tension or stress in his life, with regards to his health and money and everything. That is talking about the wealth part of his story in here, guys. All right. Now, the bottom of the deck for the quantum oracle talks about discovery, stuck energy, and happy success. So, the vast universe. Yeah. So, spirit is pushing him, guys. Spirit is pushing him towards his consciousness. Okay. Spirit is telling him you need to work hard to get out of the stuck energy, because there is a lot of things you have to still discover. You haven't yet discovered. So the discovery process is, this is the discovery process right here, right? Which is processing. So what spirit is telling him, guys, that if you want your consciousness to be happy, and that is what they're pushing him towards, from the stuck situation, like the stuck energy, and discover what more life holds for you, you have to really work harder, right? You have to, and spirit is pushing him to work very hard towards this situation in here, guys, because there has been a lot of drain, and more drain with emotions and finances is what I'm getting out of these cards in here, okay? So spirit is pushing him towards its story and telling him that, you know what? Okay, whatever has happened, but now it's the time for you to look into this very, very closely and objectively, process all the information, take all the information, collect all the information towards everything that you have learned, and now what you need to do with regards to movement forward in your life as well, right? The bottom of the deck in here, guys, is talking about a change in his situation here, okay, with regards to people around him and his security of money. When he had been feeling insecure with regards to his money situation, with people around him, you know, who had been more so focused on the money that he had or he has in his life. So there has been people around his money part of the situation where this change is now occurring, where he wants to free himself from all that group of people around him to bring back his financial security in his life. Okay, so this is where the story is progressively moving forward. Now I've got some tea leaves for you, but before I move into the tea leaves, guys, let me look into the intuitive oracle. See, it talks about the stalemate energy. So where there was no action here from the King of Wands, you know, where somebody now is coming out of that situation, the Empress, to give birth to something in their life, you know, and go the distance, and they're waiting for some information that has to be delivered to them before they can move towards this. Yeah, so this is the processing time for that information, right? That is happening. So he's receiving a lot of information with regards to this change in his life, more so from that place, you know, where people have been thinking about him only with regards to his money, of how much money he can give them, what is that money that they can enjoy from him, what is that money that he has been giving them for a long time. That situation is changing to him taking charge of his own finances now, you know, bringing back that Nine of Pentacle energy, bringing back his own finances towards himself more so, is what I'm getting in here, guys. All right. But he's definitely waiting for some information, like, and I said, like, you know, to discover what he now has to do, because there is a lot of hard work still to be done in his life before he reaches the finale in here is also, and spirit is kind of pushing him towards that hard work, because you know, it's like that story, guys, that he cannot get things all easy now. If he really needs to bring in that change, he has to put in solid work, solid effort towards this complete change and transformation in his life. Now, with the tea leaves, guys, he's got four. I had asked for three, but he's got four. The first is heart. Okay, love, deep affection, and caring. This is that energy that is catching up with him in this twin flame connection, where there is a lot of love, deep affection, and caring towards this relationship, towards you, divine feminine, because this is the story of the heart, right? This is the spiritual story of your connection. This is a spiritual journey that he had failed to understand before, when he was probably measuring this journey in accordance with money. Also, is what I'm getting, because he gave more importance to money than he gave more importance to love or the spiritual connection, which is clarified by torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding of this journey in here. Look, understanding of what this journey is actually all about. It's from the heart. It is from a journey of the heart, right? This is not a journey in the 3D, and I have said this before. A long, long time I have been, before also I've said this, and I'm repeating myself in case you guys have forgotten about it, that this journey is not about money. Money is important. Please understand, money is in the physical world. Yes, you cannot be a poor person and enjoy everything in life. You have to have that money. But again, this spiritual journey is not all about money that he had been focusing on. He had forgotten, because his focus was on the money part so much that he had forgotten to open his heart to understand what spiritual aspect is involved in this journey in here. So this is where spirit is pushing him to understand the whole situation, where younger man dealings or relationship with a younger man is there, that includes involvement with the law. So see, this is where the story is, that there is somebody younger to him, right, who could be involved in this situation of guidance towards him, who could be telling him what to do, what not to do, right? That could be the professional assistance, or it could be somebody in his life who he has to settle with now in regards to his finances. But I'm getting more that this person, whoever it is younger to the divine masculine, but this person is the one who is involved with the law, right? Who could be the one involved with the law, could be a lawyer, could be a judge, could be anything, right? But this person is involved with the law, with whom he is dealing. This is where he is processing the information, because his heart has understood what this journey is all about. Really. His heart has totally opened up to the fact that this journey is all about spiritual journey, spiritual enlightenment, spiritual love, spiritual happiness, a spiritual contract of his past life situation. This is something that he has woken up to, and this is where now he is fighting, or will be, to bring back his own resources, right? To enjoy his own gift of whatever he has earned in his life, of whatever he has brought in with his hard work in his life. There is a lot of hard work still to be done to reach that place of his total financial security and independence. But, he's waiting for some kind of maybe a legal information here. That's what I'm telling you, guys. He's waiting for some kind of a green light here that will signal him to move forward towards his plan of action in here. Let me put it like that. Okay. Now let's look at the tarot here to see what more my spirit has to tell us in here about the situation here with regards to the divine masculine. But it is a story, guys, that, you know, he's coming to the point when earlier, because he hadn't realized what this journey is all about, he had failed to take action, right? He had failed to take action with regards to his money, with regards to his emotions, with regards to his health. He was completely depleted out of his own wealth in here by other people, right? With whom he had been very caring and giving kind of a situation he had been holding, from where he has learned a lot of lessons today, because his heart has suddenly burst open in regards to this spiritual enlightenment and development. It's like the spiritual epiphany, where the torch has suddenly, you know, been lit in his life, where he has got hold of this understanding. Oh, Lee, you know, what was I doing? And I haven't paid attention to the things that I had to pay attention to, right? And that is more so with his emotions and money, which others had drained him completely. Others had drained him off completely, because people who had been with him or in his life, what I'm getting, guys, no offense, is that they did not love him. They loved his money. They loved his wealth. They loved the luxury that he provided to them, right? But that is what they were after. They were not after him in such a, I mean, when I say after him, it's not because they loved him. You know, when you love somebody and you really want to take care of that person, not for the money part, but for the emotions, that was not there. They were all being with him or around him was only because they wanted to enjoy the goodness and the luxury that he provided through his hard work, right? That he brought on the table for the people who were taking advantage of that situation here. But in the end, leaving him high and dry when emotions were concerned, really. Yeah, when emotions were concerned, because they were not after him. Like I said, they did not do things, or they did not think about him emotionally. They thought about him, oh, what is the money I can get, right? Oh, I need a new phone, I need a new car, I need a new house, or whatever it is. And, you know, and he is the one who is going to provide me with the money. Or I need to travel. Okay, so he has lots of money. Let me go and take some from him, right? Or, you know, I want to fulfill my wishes, so I'm going to ask money from him because he has plenty of money that he can give me. It's that kind of a situation, but it's okay. But when you're taking money from somebody, what are you giving back in return? Is the question here, right? Is the question here. If you're taking money, you need to give back something, right? It cannot be just a one-way, one-way kind of a situation that, oh, I'm going to only take and not give you back anything, right? But for this man, it has been that one-way kind of a dealing where people have come in and taken him for a ride. If, no offense again, guys. No offense, but this is what I'm getting out of the whole reading in here, because this is a situation that he has learned to understand for himself. Like, you know, and that is where he's coming to the point of processing some information that will allow him to bring back his health and wealth. But that information is very legal base information is also what I'm getting, guys. Something very legal in nature is what I'm getting here more so. Okay, so this is where the story is. So what I'm telling you is understand this very effectively, guys. It's because of the situation here. He's feeling that, because of that heart and spiritual development and insight, he's totally coming to the place of understanding that he has been sitting in a very wrong place from where he needs to change the whole scenario and the whole story now. Okay, because that part of the picture has to be totally cleared for himself. Because, see, with the Five of Wands, guys, it clearly shows that there have been too many people who had been fighting for his attention because they wanted things from him. And he had been hiding his feelings towards these people because he knew that these people are being superficial towards him. They are not being, they are here because they have an ulterior motive. Right? So, they have been dancing around him. They have been showing him a lot of things, right? But at the same time, he has been very, very cautious, I would say, of this certain group of people around him from whom he has been hiding his feelings because he has not been feeling very safe with these people around him. For that is his intuition, call it his understanding that they are not the kind of people with whom he would like to be intimate with or show his emotional self towards this group or community. Like I said, there has been this community of people here, guys, or this group, where more than 4 or 5 people have been draining him of his resources. And this is where this Five of Wands is in here in the picture, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, which he knows now that he has to now move out of that situation and begin a total fresh, stress-free, because they had been causing him a lot of stress too, whoever it is. Yeah, they have been causing him a lot of stress because they have been asking too many things from him, right? They have been coercing too many things out of his pocket, right? Oh, get me that, bring me that, right? Take me for a trip. Go, let's go eat in the restaurant. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like there's too much of that demand kind of a situation from these kind of people who have been only playing around with his money, which he knows had caused him a lot of stress. Had caused him to drain a lot of his wealth, right? That he has to restart in his life. For you, Divine Feminine, where he's feeling very poor at the same time, for losing out on a lot of his wealth in here that would have otherwise been with him too, right? But at the same time, he knows that you are ready to begin this journey with him once he is willing to take on that role and be responsible to restart this fresh part of his journey in the right way, with the Seven of Wands, where he would take on that courage in himself to show people what you mean for him, really. what do you really mean for him? You know, where he wouldn't care, what others are thinking about you and him, or what others have to say about you and him, right? So he has to be very, very stable, right? To bring that situation, and that is where the Seven of Pentacles, I'm going to clarify this, that Seven of Pentacles, because this Five of Wand energy has completely drained him, because these people have been too ambitious for their own need from him, whoever it has been in his life, guys. They have been after their own ambitions that they wanted to fulfill out of his pocket. Again, no offense, guys, but I have to say what I see here, right? So this group of people have been only doing things for their own high ambitions in life. They have been very ambitious, but their ambition has not been their hard work. Their ambition is out of his pocket, what we can get to enjoy ourselves, really. Why is the Five of Wands here, please? So this group of people, like I said, it could be his family, extended family, friends, relatives, doesn't matter. But this group of people have been fighting for their own achievement and ambition through his pocket. And that this is why he had been hiding his emotions from them and not showing his emotions to them, because he has been aware that there is something very wrong in that situation, you know, where he had been mingling with people of that kind that put him through the Two of Swords energy, that he was very unclear about the situation, right? Very unclear, because thing is that they were showing him something else. They were like, oh, you know what, if you don't help us, we can't, we are poor people. If it's extended family, right, I'm talking about them. You know, we don't have the money, maybe you can help us in here. But at the same time, he knew that those people are not real with him. Not real. But again, he has been overthinking, overanalyzing this part of the story to understand if he is in the wrong or they are in the wrong. You know, it was difficult for him to probably believe that somebody who he thought he loved or cared for could have hurt him, really, or could have done something that will hurt him. So he wasn't too, you know, it was like he failed to understand what he should do with them, because the Two of Swords energy is where he got stuck, you know, from where the Six of Wands shows up, which is where he's freeing himself from, because this is where he was not able to come to a conclusion of his own understanding, because he was like, oh, am I getting this whole picture wrong? Or is it me thinking like that? You know what I mean? It's that kind of a situation. The Seven of Pentacles, because see, again, he has to be clear what he now needs to do, right? So he has to be, it's not you telling him about it, it's not others telling him. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here, please? But it's his own understanding now, that he's getting a clarity slowly, you know, from a very difficult situation where he's learning to understand that no, these people have drained him of his resources, from where he has to again restart the whole journey towards something, the Two of Cups here, see, towards the situation of love, right? With the Five of Coins, yeah, see, where others have drained him, this group of people have drained him of his resources, period, where he has to restart this journey for you, Divine Feminine, you know, of what he It's like that situation where, what should I do now? How do I start the new harvest? How do I make her happy? What does she need in her life? Right? That is the kind of situation. What is that I can give her? What is that I can present to her? How would I make her happy? Right? Because this is a lifetime relationship, a partnership, a kindred partnership, call it partnership, soulmate, twin flame, whatever. So this is where he has woken up that these are not the people. The real person is here. And now he has to prove to the world, right, that he loves you. Show it openly. And for which he needs his own stability in life to restart this entire journey and show people without feeling bad about the situation that, or feeling unstable about himself too. Right? So he has to be very stable in this connection, guys, to show the world that he really cares for you. Why is the Seven of Wands here? That he really cares for you. Where he doesn't have to hide anything or get worried, oh, tomorrow if somebody sees me or others see me with somebody else, what will they think and how will that affect my image and so on and so forth, right? No, he's coming to the point of that understanding that he has to show the world that indeed he cares for you, he loves you, you love him, and that he's stable enough in his life to bring that situation in the forefront, in front of the society, in front of people, go for a trip, or you coming to him, you guys are meeting up, whatever that is, right? In front of people, basically. So why is the Seven of Wands here, please? So he wants to come to the point where he wants to show maybe this Five of Wands, he wants to show those people that I don't need you anymore. I really don't. That's because I have somebody in my life who I love and she loves me back, right? So this is that energy, the fresh energy of inspiration, communication, being a risk taker here. Being a risk taker to make this happen, really, right? Because he has to take a risk now. If he wants all this to happen, guys, he has to take a risk and compromise with every situation and with you, Divine Feminine. Because this risk is something that possibly he had been avoiding before. Could be, right? Not taking liability and responsibility for his actions with this twin flame connection. Because he was scared of taking that risk in front of the society. As also for some people, I'm getting even that. Right? Where he had been... Oh, that's my dog. Where he had been worried about what other people will tell him. Or he had been worried about his own self. Right? So this is where the situation is changing, because he is learning to understand, guys, that he definitely needs to take a risk in this situation with you and start everything fresh. Because the next part of the story here is the King of Cups. Look. Because his heart has completely opened up, right? Has completely opened up in here, where he's understanding that he has to be trustworthy, he has to be very diligent, he has to bring his emotions in the right place, right? Because of the Seven of Swords, because there has been a lot of lies. He has not taken responsibility towards you, Divine Feminine, and you know about that. And you by yourself will not allow, you got a lot of seven, guys. You got seven, 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 and seven. Yeah, so there is a lot of movement in here, right? A lot of movement because, see, with the seven of sword and the seven of cups, there has been a lot of falsity here. Lot of falsity here. With other people around him that kept him totally entrapped, but he knew that those people are not the real people. But because of them, he destroyed your connection with him and his connection with you. Right? Where he was very clouded in his understanding towards the situation of love. And he failed to take responsibility towards you or towards this twin flame journey. Because he thought he had too many options in his life. He had quite a lot of people in his life that he was probably more worried and concerned about and was not paying attention to you, right? Was not taking responsibility for his action towards you. And because of that situation, guys, you by yourself, divine feminine, you are not going to allow him into your life until he shows you what he can now do for you. Period. And he knows that. And he knows that he has to work hard now. Even to prove to you. Even for him to prove to you what he actually is looking into for himself and for you in this situation of this journey. Let's look at the King of Cups, because with the King of Cups, his emotional part of the story has totally burst open. Right? Why is the King of Cups here? Like, he has realized today, guys, that he has done so much of wrong. Like, really, there has been so much of falsity that he has displayed towards this connection with you, divine feminine, right? The Sun and the Queen of Wands. And here it is, right? This epiphany has come through with regards to his understanding of who you truly are. You are not only beautiful, you are magnetic, you are attractive, you are just absolutely wonderful in the Queen of Wands energy, guys. You know how to deal with people. You know how to balance your life, right? But at the same time, you could be a little bit controlling. But this is where a complete epiphany of his enlightenment and happiness and understanding is with you. That this is who you are and this is who he wants to be with, really, as the divine masculine and the Queen of Wands, because this is a power couple. This is a power couple, and this is where he needs to open his heart towards this situation which has already opened up, because today he's coming to the point of his understanding with the story, see, and the King of Wands. You can't make this up, guys. King of Wands and Queen of Wands, it's a power couple here. Okay, and this is the power couple story, right? This story cannot get any better. But what he had done here is because he was not able to make the right choice here towards you, divine feminine. Let's look at the Seven of Swords. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Because he felt that, he doesn't need to be with you. He has too many options in life. He had too many people, who were kind of influencing him to believe what they wanted him to believe. Also is the story here. Feeding him with all the wrong information so that he can become more cloudy and he will not be very open to his understanding, giving him all the wrong feedbacks, right? Telling him wrong stories maybe about you too. Divine feminine, right? telling him that, oh, this person is not the right person and you should not be, taking that leap with her, or whatever that story is, giving wrong information. Why is a seven of sword here? And that is where he completely deserted you at one point, where he failed to live up not only to his own expectations with you, but also to your expectations of him. Really. Why is the seven of sword here, please? And he knows that to come forward to you guys, he will have to be the leader. You were not going to take the stand anymore. He will have to take the lead. Let me also put it like that. And the way he can take the lead is by opening his heart, becoming trustworthy, understanding his problem. It also could be with the King of Cups. It also could be somebody letting him know as a professional that this is a power story here. Really, it also could be that. Let's look at the seven of sword, Because too many things have happened in this situation here, guys. Too many things have gone wrong. See, death. The transition, nine of cups and palace of cups. Yeah, this entire situation is changing because he now wants his wish fulfillment with you. With you, divine feminine, because you, where he had refused to take responsibility towards you at one time, guys, is where he is coming to his understanding that you are everything to him, really. You are his palace of cups. You are his wish fulfillment. This is, see, seven of cups, seven of cups. This is where he was totally misinformed by other people who played tricks on his mind, right? Kept him in the dark, gave him sob stories, gave him wrong stories, anything about you. Could have told him, oh, you are not sincere, or you're just playing with him. It could be anything. Misinformed or misinformation from other sources have occurred here, for sure. Let's look at the seven of cups, and that kept him totally in the cloud. He could not see five of cups, yeah. And that kept him totally clouded with so much of negativity towards his emotions, because he might have felt, otherwise towards you. Six of Wands, yeah, this is where he's getting his freedom from, because other people have used his emotions in the wrong way towards you and him in this connection. Somebody didn't want this connection to occur. Somebody over here did not want this connection between you and him to have happened. Period. That's where there has been a lot of confusion, because somebody could have been telling him that you have got too many responsibilities that you have to fulfill, and there is no way that you can leave that responsibility and go after something that is not going to work for you, right? So this is where he put himself in a very negative situation, because he was not happy. He was not happy with that cloudiness, and because he was not happy with his emotions, he was procrastinating this part of the story because he was feeling completely let down with this situation in his life, right? Because he was not happy with those who have been giving him wrong information and telling him wrong stories, but at the same time, they have been telling him that, oh, you can't move because, you have to take a risk. You have to do a lot of new things. And not only that, you've got too many responsibilities in here that you cannot overlook. So somebody over here, guys, have been keeping him very tight and clouded in a situation that he was feeling completely drained. That's where this law is coming in here, guys. That's where justice is coming in here, because he's going to take a legal step towards this situation, because he's woken up to the fact of his understanding here, right? Now, Then we have the Six of Swords, guys. I'm sorry, Six of Wands. See, this is the complete, and the Six of Wands has been showing up. So this is where the freedom is. This is where he wants to be with you. This is how he wants to enjoy his life freely, openly, without any kind of other situation surrounding him, with the Knight of Swords, because this is where his focus is, guys. With the Empress energy, this is where his love and his focus and his story is, to bring back that abundance and beauty and creativity in his life with you. With you. This is where there is a total game plan that's happening here, guys. Because he wants complete freedom. The Six of Wands, complete victory with you in the right way. You know, where he can take you out, where you guys can openly enjoy everything, right? Where you can bring every situation to your doorstep, do what you want to do. Let's look at the Six of Wands. You know, feel free and happy as the bird to enjoy your life. And that is what his game plan is, right? With the Emperor energy, this is where the Divine Masculine shows up, right? This is where the Divine Masculine had been stuck with the Four, which was controlling. He was not taking you out. He was not showing you around. He was not exposing you to other people in his society, in his world, wherever. Doesn't matter. And now this is where the game plan starts, right? With the Knight of Swords. Because this is what he wants to do. Why is the Knight of Swords here? That he wants to show everybody that this is the Empress he loves, really. She is everything for him. She is the person who brings that energy in his life of creativity, fertility, you know, happiness, abundance, health, wealth, love, everything here. Why is the Knight of Swords here, please? So he is breaking free from all restrictions in his life. And that is where the law is coming in, because he's lifting his own restrictions to move forward. Why is the Knight of Swords here, please? Because this has been a story in his life that earlier he had been very secretive about, have not been exposing other people to you or you to them, right? The Three of Wands and the Four of Cups. Yeah, see, he knows this has been a missed opportunity in his life where he could have done this much earlier. He knows this is a missed opportunity. He should have thought about this a long time before. He should have acted on this a long time before. He should have visualized his future with you a long time before. Right? And this is where he feels kind of heartbroken. That he had been so distracted with all the other stories. See the Nine of Wands. And this is where things have started to get very heavy on him. And he wants to now get ready for a different life. He's getting ready for a different life because he's been feeling very heavy about the entire situation with you right now. Because he knows he missed out on this opportunity. He should have acted on this game plan a long time before. And he's feeling very, very sorry about this situation. That he didn't foresee the future with you at that time, right? Let's see why the Empress is here. The Emperor and the Empress, look. Yeah? He feels completely that he not only has let you down, but he has let himself down too. That he couldn't lift his own restrictions in his life at a certain point, which is where the story did not materialize. Why is the Empress here, please? Because like I said, both of you guys are power couple. And when I say power couple, it is really a power couple. It's not something that you guys have manifested. It's the universe. Why is the Empress here, please? The universe has manifested this whole story. Yeah, this came out in the reverse. Let me take it in the reverse. The Eight of Wands in the reverse and the Seven of Cups in the reverse, guys. This is where he was not able to move because of the cloudiness in him. Right? Which is where things are clearing up for him. With the Seven of Cups in the reverse, things are completely clearing up, which is going to allow him to move forward and talk to you and take action, because he's feeling very, very sorry. See, the Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Six of Cups. Yeah, he's feeling very sorry that Five of Swords, this defeat energy that he had been in, this judgment right here with the Major and the Hermit, that tells me that he has woken up to his understanding. That earlier he also was suffering from some kind of an inner child issue when he failed to recognize you for who you are as the Queen of Pentacles, guys, and the Tree of Life, and he wants to settle everything with you now. He really wants to settle everything with you, rectify everything, because there was money involved in his life that he was paying more attention to instead of paying attention, and that was a situation also what I'm getting, that kept him away from moving towards you, which is what he was fighting, was more of for money in here, in the tangible world, right? This is where the judgment is. This is where the complete entire scenario is changing towards his life. That he had made a huge mistake. Not a mistake, a huge mistake in his life. Huge, with a capital H, right? I'm going to ask for some Mystic Moon before I end this reading, guys, so that we can get a little bit more clear on this reading. The bottom of the deck is the Sun card. Look, there is going to be a lot of change that's coming up. Illumination, happiness, compromise, everything. That's going to work out this story in a different way altogether. It's all coming, guys. It's all coming, okay? All your plans and actions will be put in place. Commitment. Wow. Metamorphosis. Yeah. Look, there is a complete change of the game plan here towards this commitment factor with you, Divine Feminine. And this is where the law is important, okay? Another thing, guys. This is also where the law or the legal part of the story will come into effect. See, because if he has to do something with you in the tangible world, he will have to have things straightened out legally and lawfully as well, right? So there has to be the law in the picture that's going to come up. That's something which is going to be absolutely perfect and lawful, because once you are, say, coming together, you need the help of the legal system, right? To manifest that. Yeah, see, grief. There has been a lot of grief with regards to this commitment part of the story that kept him bound, and he could not move forward with you. There is a lot of grief in the shadow side still lurking, guys. Still lurking, that he should have done this much earlier. But he had been procrastinating the entire story because he didn't understand how he can work with it, really. Pause. See, he's reflected on the whole story here now. And with his understanding, clear understanding is coming into the picture. You know, it's the regret is more about the fact that he has just let time fly by. He could have done this work a long time before, but he was so clouded. Release. Yeah, there is a situation of change here, right there. The answer is yes. Yeah, there is something he's breaking free from. His moving away could be his past commitment also, right? That also could be a legal part of the story here. Anything could be the legal part of the story or a new legal contract with you. Anything. But it's the law is in the picture, guys. The law is in the picture. Money. See? Material world, healing. This is what was the entire issue. Money. Didn't I say that? Money. Unawakened and crossroad. And this is why he couldn't move. Because his focus and attention was on the money part of the story. More so. And he forgot about love. He forgot about emotions. And he was practically draining his emotional part of the story on money because he was not happy. Again, see, he was doing all this, but in fact, he was not happy with the money he has or had because that was not bringing him back his fulfillment. And yet he was carrying on with his life, see? Bound, twin flame and barrier. And this is what had been holding him back from moving forward with you guys. Because of money. And today he's coming, see, metamorphosis. Today the whole thing is under transition. And the cycle is changing because he's releasing all that portion of his life, then healing himself from his own situation towards this connection that earlier had been tied up because he could not bring this cycle of change and taking action towards this connection from being a victim to refocus towards the soulmate. Look, you got soulmate, you got twin flame. What more do you guys want? Really, I mean, the whole situation is changing because his thought pattern has changed. His understanding has changed. His total spiritual awakening has given him that epiphany and that push towards his belief and understanding that money is not the be all and end all. That's a part of it, guys. That's a part of it. I've been saying this before. It's important, but it's a part of it. But the real picture over here is all about emotions, love. If you forget to love somebody the right way, you forget to give emotions in the right way, and be stuck on the money part, you won't get happiness because money doesn't buy you peace. Money doesn't buy you love, guys. Right? And this is where his complete epiphany has occurred in this whole story in here. When he was understanding where he went wrong, there are a lot of regret that he should have done this work much, much earlier. But as I say, better late than never, right? He's waking up, he's woken up. Give him the chance to do what he has to do to set things right for you, Divine Feminine. Enjoy this reading, guys. Until we meet again, till then, goodbye. Khuda Hafiz, God bless you. Take care, be safe, stay safe. Thank you.